Drywallers, shot callers, and everyone in between. Drywall fighting. We're in Azerbaijan. Bombs are dropping. Warlords will be in the building. Jamal Hill taking on Khalil Rountree. Banger of a fight. Banger of a card. They snuck in all those guys. Some of the Drywall bastards, children of the family that haven't officially made it in. But they snuck in all those guys that have those sketchy passports on this card. And it's going to be great. You know I'm not against some inbred, backwater, mountain wrestling. That's what it takes sometimes. That's what it takes. I'll bring that into my home. Let's get started. It's a banger. It's a banger of a card, Drywall. Let's start off, as always, with the poster. A lot of neon lights, a lot of glow, a lot of bright colors, maybe a little much. And then Rountree gets these custom shorts. I thought that the Mormons were supposed to be humble and, demure sort of people. Guess not. They have a lot of glamour around this. And then on the other side, the whole conversation with Jamal Hill is just that he doesn't look great in a swimsuit. Who gives a fuck? Honestly, I know that the guy's insufferable and he's a little bit too much sometimes, but this is fucking cage fighting, mate. This is some madhouse business. Like, what are we talking about here? I honestly think that this fight is much closer than I imagine the books and people think it is. We'll look through the odds. We'll look through the best bets, the 3 best bets here at Drywall. Tune in for those. But let's just get started. Bottom to top. We have some, like I said, we have some names on this card. Some Drywall sweethearts. Now let's start off. Muhammad Usman taking on Hamdi Abdel Wahab. Interesting fight. 2 juice heads. These guys should go shopping together at GMC. Bring GM3 with him. Imagine that little vlog. But yeah, dude, this is a good fight. I think that we might see somebody go out here because they're sort of the same guy. So I think that they're gonna have the same game plan. Hamdi, as we know, like literally has had to serve a suspension. He is pretty violent. I think he has much better, I would say better boxing than Usman. Usman, it's just like he'll do this for a few more years, maybe not in the UFC, and he'll make some money, but he should have been something. I think he would have been a great army person, just keep it simple, not too many tasks, your day's outlined for you. Yeah. And then on the other side, Hamdi's just kind of crazy, which that's why I'm going to pick him. This could be a very close fight. I don't know what the odds are. Probably maybe a pick him. No, Hamdi. Okay. That makes sense. I want to say he knocks him out. Yes. We were working on it. And I think he knocks him out in the second. I just don't know about Usman's ability to actually go in there with somebody that's also very athletic. His schedule, whenever he's been matched up with guys that you can sort of see their stomach, or like their ribs, or like he just falls apart, and he doesn't really know. He lacks a lot of accuracy with his striking. So I'm going to go with Hamdi. I think he knocks him out for some reason. They're heavyweights. He's a madman. He doesn't use his wrestling at all. And he's like an Olympic wrestler, which is weird, but you kind of love it in a way. All right, let's move on. Wow. I mean, Tagir. Let's start off with Tagir. Because he has fought some dogs. Cody Durden, a Drywall beloved, goes out there against Clay Carpenter, and Clay has been doing so well. Was able to beat him to the wrestling. Was able to find he did get into some wrestling exchanges, but most of the fight was on the feet, and Tagir was just picking at him. He's so sharp. He is just. I mean, this is one of those guys. Like, hey, if he gets an important win here, I just don't know. Azad isn't gonna do it in terms of moving him up. This is 2 fights in a row now against guys below him. But this is somebody that I don't know. Yeah, he could be a championship contender. I really think so. He's got a crazy skill set. I think him against Charles Johnson would be a really fun fight. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Royval and Van, but maybe he fights one of those two. Which, by the way, how about Josh Van just showing up for the Drywall Familia, the true Drywall family name? But let's talk a little bit about Azat. Azat has had no favors in the UFC. I think he won his first fight pretty resoundingly, and then Charles Johnson came into town. Yeah, hasn't fought in a long time. It's been a while. It's about to be over. It's like a year and some change. But yeah, he did what? Yeah, but Tyson Nam as your first fight, then Charles Johnson. I guess CJ Vergara was going to be a pretty favorable matchup there, but they've matched him up with crazy talent because, hey, the kid can box and the kid can wrestle. He has all three dimensions of the MMA game. Against Charles Johnson, it was just he did lack the boxing. I mean, he's able to box, but not Charles Johnson level. And the gas tank. He is very wild. He is very explosive. I don't think he's going to have much to give to Tagir because Tagir is cold. Tagir is straight Siberian, like just madman. He'll also be bigger. I think Maxim is like 5'5", if I'm not. Like, he's small. He's 5'7". And then Tagir is a good 5'9", 5'10". Tagir, and then he knows how to keep you at range. 5'7", that's not true. He's taller than that. He'll be taller than Tagir. But let's move on. I think Tagir decisions him. Azat has shown some durability. He's not afraid to go to war. It's just that he's not able to start putting together the strikes, putting together those points in the way that Tagir will be able to. Maybe he wrestles him, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold down Tagir. If Clay Carpenter wasn't able to, I really doubt Azat has that. He's not one of those true wrestling room, hey, let's wrestle types, you know. Wow, I'm very pumped for this fight. Irina Alexeyeva taking on Claudia Segula. Let's talk about Segula, because I think we'll see a lot of Segula. We'll always see Segula. Came into the UFC, was not given any favors. Melissa Mullins lit her up, but she has a lot of intangibles. And she's all right on the ground. She's quick and all right. No, not all right she's quick and all right on the feet. Yeah. But that's not going to be enough. This is going to be crazy odds. Irina's going to be like minus 600. Really? That's great value. Let's talk about our bets. We have our greater value, better choice. This is your blue chip stock. You're not afraid to throw down a little bit of juice because you know you're going to get it all back and some. Irina Alexeyeva here at minus 285 is a good, greater value, better choice bet. I'm going to highlight that. Next up, we have our dog barking off the collar. That's a pup that, hey, come on, notice me. Give me some pets, some rubs. And that's an underdog. That's like, we'll do a plus 100. Hey, we're just here to win all the way up to, plus 300s, plus 400s. It depends. We're just here to win. Obviously, last week, nightmare. But check out the film. Check the tape. Check out the best bet segment on that. But we bounce back. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You only become wiser in this game. All right, but I really like Alexeyeva. She's a dog, and I think she could. I mean, she's one of those gals that really will knock you out. I think she could knock her out in the first, actually, because she has shown a little bit more restraint. Alexeyeva, she is sharp on the feet. And that's what I think she just does at times in the first round. She just kind of finds people, and then, the Soviet blood kicks in. Yeah, that coldness. Let's move on. Daria Selesnikova taking on Melissa Mullins. Both these girls, I think, coming off of losses. Selesnikova, I think, maybe closer. No, she's good. No, oh yeah, she is. Yeah, she got beat up by Eileen, but she is pretty good. She is. This is gonna be an interesting fight because this gal actually has pretty good striking, can be quick, can stay on the outside. Yeah, she went against Montserrat Rendon and was able to just. And Montserrat was throwing everything at her. Montserrat much more physical. And I remember that I was kind of impressed with her ability to just stay away. On the other side, yeah, no, Melissa Mullins is probably going to take her ass down and choke her out, though. It's much more competitive than the other fights Selesnikova has had. But it is sort of that build. And I think that Melissa Mullins is going to be one step above what Montserrat had. She's going to be able to take her down. And she's going to be able to, like, find her back. And if not, she'll get 3 rounds of it, I think. I'm going to go with Mullins. By decision. There's no way I'm seeing this wrong, right? Like Selesnikova, she is very quick. She is very quick. This could be like a pick'em. Is it like a pick'em? No, Melissa Mullins. I'm seeing it right. Melissa Mullins is going to win. She has great ground game, and she has some intangibles. She has some intangibles mentally, I think, that really set her apart. Tough loss recently, but then she bounced back. She got like a decision win. Oh no, she beat. Oh yeah. She bounced, but yeah, she lost to Cornell, which was tough. That was. I think if they ran that back, she handles Cornell. I think that was in France. But yeah, Melissa Mullins. I don't think she's going to be overwhelmed by the speed of Daria, and she's able to get her down, probably steal a round or 2 just with the wrestling, and if not, even submit her. Let's see what the Melissa Mullins submission odds are. Oops. Also, let's see Alexeyeva's knockout winning method. Plus 550. That's a little. That I don't think she does it. I think that Segula honestly can probably just stay away. But let's go back. What is Melissa Mullins' submission? What is Melissa Mullins' submission? I need to know. Plus 400. There you go. There you go. That could be our third bet. Our ass shaker money maker. That's gonna be your long shots. Your plus 400s and above. This is something to get you into the VIP room with the go-go girls, bottle service, lights. But yeah, Melissa Mullins, that's fair value. Plus 400 for the sub. And I don't know if Zeleznikova can. If Melissa gets her down there, it's tough. It's tough. I just wanted to highlight that. All right, let's move on. Ismail Nardiev taking on Young Park. Park upset by Muniz. Park, a guy that was like on a 3-fight win streak. Yeah. Comes back against Brad Tavares. Kind of like, looks a little unimpressive. He was beating up on him. I thought he was beating up on him. But then Tavares is just he's not looking as chinny as he was before. He was able to survive, which I did not expect. Nardiev new to the UFC. Good, very, very, very aggressive wrestling. Good on the feet. Handled Bruno Silva, was throwing him around. This is a tough fight for Jung Young Park, man. This is a tough fight. I when I first heard about this, I was like, I think he handles him too much experience. But I think about it, and it's like, how old is Jung Young Park? Like 34 now? Yeah, 34. Could be about that time. And this is a very athletic, very explosive fighter. And I don't know if Jung Young Park wants to do that for 3 rounds. We saw against Muniz, he can start getting worn down with some of the grappling. Man, I want to pick Jung Young Park, and I think that the odds would probably be Jung Young Park minus 200. Where's he at? Jung Young Park minus 192. But I don't know. I'm becoming wiser. I'm becoming wiser here. Or maybe I'm even more lost than I've ever been. Maybe I have no fucking clue what the hell I'm doing here. But we keep battling. Tell me any of you have this chin. This drywall big train never stops chin. I'm gonna go Nardiev though. I think that Bruno Silva's not chopped liver. I know that Power Bar recently put a hole in his head, but the way, and I know that Bruno Silva had been coming on, he had been on a skid there, but I just feel like this is a spot here for Nardiev. Oh, he could be a dog barking off the collar. I just don't know. I mean, Jung Young Park, the Iron Turtle, he's a dog, but like, I'll highlight it. I just think that that's sort of how it works. 34 against a 28-year-old, 6-year difference. His style is not great for Jung Young Park, who can handle the wrestling, but it wears on him. And Nurdiev is not some slouch on the feet. He's not an idiot. He knows he's got crazy kicks. He's got good boxing. So I like him there. Let's move on. Man, Oban Elliott, so many. Let's start off. This guy can definitely. This is going to be a thumbnail. This is going to be a thumbnail right here because we have some potential drywall inductee. Oban Elliott taking on Sekio Ko. Let's talk about Oban, man. Oban is just different. That fight against Hafez, what a banger. What a performance. Against Preston Parsons, he goes out there. He lights him up for 3 rounds, wrestles the wrestler. Val Woodburn, nothing to write home about, but he has been very, very, very impressive in the UFC. Shows one of the skill sets that I like to see, which is that boxing, that pressure boxing, little bit of leg kick here and there, back you up. Make sure that we're feinting, but keep it mostly boxing, body kick sometimes, and then make sure that our defensive takedown defense, our takedown defense is solid. That's Oban Elliott for you. And then, hey, once he scrambles out of whatever shit you try to put him out of, ground and pound for the judges to see. Ground and pound for the judges to see, and for your head to feel a little. Give you a little headache there. But that's the blueprint. That's the drywall blueprint. And then, hey, lastly, as we talked about, have that chin on you. But this is not an easy fight. Sekio Ko, talk about, hey, clean boxing, very calm. His fight in the Contender Series, he was slick. And like I've said before, I am a Korean MMA truther. I got on that bandwagon. These guys they have a great blueprint as well, sort of similar to what I was just saying. So it's kind of a clash of styles here. I think Oban Elliott, though, should be like the minus 200 favorite. 300? Yeah, minus 455. That makes sense. Kind of want him to do that as a greater value, better choice in a way. 2 arena by knockout is the Ash Shaker moneymaker. We'll just leave them up. We'll highlight them. We'll pick them at the end. As 3 best bets again. Ash Shaker moneymaker. That's like your long shot. Dog barking off the collar. That's your little underdog. Greater value, better choice. That's like your lock, sort of your juicy pick. Very much paying the vig there. All right, but I think Elliott, I don't know if I think he knocks him out. I think he knocks him out in the first because Sekio Ko, I don't think he backs down, and Oban will press on the gas. No, it's just difficult. No, but I think he's impressive, man. Oban Elliott is such a stud. He was supposed to fight Brian Battle. There was other rumors out there about who he's going to fight. Now we know they're going to make Battle fight Nursey, Ruzi Boev, Drywall family. 2 Drywall family fight, making our kids fight. It's unreal. But yeah, I think if I think Oban is who I think he is, and he belongs amongst the greats, I think he gets that first round knockout. He's just a Welsh gangster. Simple as that. Let's move on. Muhammad Naimov taking on Bogdan Grad. Man, if featherweight wasn't so stacked, you know that I'd have a hat and some bagpipes for Muhammad Naimov to welcome him into the house, into the family. Man, Naimov, the Tajikistani tank, he has been on a tear. He's been looking solid since that loss against was it Felipe Lima? Yeah, because Felipe Lima does that and now we know Felipe Lima is a bantamweight. He's gonna go down and fight. I think Peyton Talbot, is it? But dude, the Tajikistan tank, he's such a Jamie Malarkey handled him. Nathaniel Wood handled him. Eric Silva handled him. Khan Offleek, Dana White, the Ultimate Fighter finalist, handled him. So this is a dog. I think that this guy could be a top 15 fighter. And he's taking on Bogdan Grad, who I am not a believer of. I don't know what it is. And then he goes there against Lucas Alexander. He looks solid. I just saw him in his Contender Series fight, and I wasn't very impressed. And then that guy that he fought against in the Contender Series fight comes out. I think that guy is much more fun. Yeah, I think that if Bogdan does get somebody that is able to stave off the wrestling and is aggressive, which Naimov, man, if Naimov does start sensing that you're not going to bring it back to him, which is Bogdan, like Bogdan is kind of low output, he'll chase you down. And he has great kicks. Like, this guy is also very much the blueprint. Great boxing, swings hard. I wish he kept things a little bit more straight. He gets a little wild, but I like that he backs people up. If not, he will just like play with you. He's got such great footwork, work that outside, pop you kicks here and there, and then he will land those big hooks. I think that this is a great pick. If there is any sort of value on the Tajikistani tank, I do think that he decisions him, because Bogdan can wear the damage. He can wear the damage, I think. So, but if there's any value on Naimov, I'm gonna love it. Naimov minus 300 though, right? Minus 278. Let's clear some of these. Too much for Oban. Alex Sava, I might as well just hop on Naimov for that greater value, better choice, right? Let's move on, though. I love the Tajikistani tank. It probably will be our greater value, better choice. Let's move on. Nazim Sadikov taking on Nicholas Mota. Sadikov. Yeah. What he did to that boy. Bonfim, right? That was nasty. He's a Cerro Longo product. He's solid. Fighting, I think he's Turkmenistan, or what is he from? No, where's this cat from? Azerbaijan. No, he is from the home country. Yes, but he's solid, dude. Honestly, a weird fight. I think that people are forgetting that Nicholas Mota has some iffy performances. He's got that crazy knockout recently against Haser, which I was not. Oh no, he didn't knock him out. He knocked out Tom Nolan, and then, but yeah, against Haser, he was about to knock him out. But yes, we forget that against Manuel Torres. What is going on? Like, that was bullshit. And then, but more importantly, over Trey Ogden, he was getting lit up, and then they call it a no contest. Like, I don't know. I think that was Trey Ogdemedov. That's one of his wins in my eyes. I don't think Mota was having fun with him at all. So this is a step up in quality for Mota. I wouldn't be surprised if Sadikov is a minus 400, minus 310, minus 485. Wow. It's kind of a steep price. I could see some people putting some Mota bets out there just because he hits so hard, and he has been looking solid. He actually, because before he looked a little like, hey, maybe you want to go, you're a tweener or something, like you think you're a 170, like, but he's kind of trimmed up. He's looking more explosive, more like better endurance. He is young. But no, that's why I think Sadikov, it's just his time. Sadikov's making a run for somebody outside the top 15, in the top 15. I mean, the Bonfim brother, like there's so much hype around him. You got to give this guy his flowers, and he has some solid wins outside of that. So I'm going to go Sadikov. Mota can take a beating. Mota after Heiser, I thought Heiser was going to beat him. I thought Heiser was going to be too big. And I thought that Mota was not going to be, just thought Mota was not that serious. He's kind of got that Brazilian streak where they just want to be in the white plastic chairs, sipping on a caipirinha in the favela. And Sadikov's all business, man. So I'm going to go with Sadikov, but it could be a very interesting fight. Mota has the ability to do that with his power. Let's move on. Get the bagpipes out. Get the drums out. We're coming into your village. Miktek Oralbay taking on Taufik Musayev. Taufik, solid. Let's start off with Miktek though. He really is this is what I'm talking about with one of the bastards of drywall. This is one of those guys that I have such a soft spot for him. I think that we see eye to eye with a lot of aspects about life, ideology, just general beliefs, probably religion. He probably follows the stars and the hawk, but that's me. I'm there with him. And yes, we know that Mateusz Rebecki, 6 inches shorter than him, lit him up. But hey, that was one of the greatest fights you will ever see. And that's what he does for us. That's what he does. He's one of our children. We'll send his mom money so he's able to eat enough drywall to make his tummy full. But just cannot put it into words how much this man means to us. Miktek Oralbay, great wrestling. He will box with you. Beat down Uros Medic. Let's look at Miktek's resume. Goes out there against Elvis Brenner. Wears Brenner down. And if you know about Brenner, hey, that's a madman. That's somebody who wants to get out of the fight quickly and get back to tipping the elbow. So, and Miktek is a very solid fighter. On the other side, yeah, been finding out more about Taufik, and not an easy opponent here. Not an easy opponent. They're testing our boy because they saw what they saw against Rebecki and said, okay, maybe he's not who we think he is. But I think Miktek, maybe he just looked off on the wrestling. I will say this Taufik guy, very powerful, very quick. I think he'll be quicker than Miktek, which is going to be an issue. But I just think that Miktek is going to he does have very, we talk about great wrestling and some guys that are able to do more of that pressure stuff, find your back up against the cage. But no, Miktek really will hold your ass down, wrap your feet up, and you're not going anywhere. He's going to sit there and read you a story. So I think that's what happens. Miktek minus 300. Come on. Don't tell me this guy is getting. Wow. Well, there you have it. Greater value. That could be a greater value. We have to go with Miktek. I'll leave Muhammad up there just for people, but Miktek will have to be the greater value, better choice, more money, and we have to trust that he's going to do it for blood. He's going to do it for his lineage. Let's move on. Curtis Blades taking on Rizvan Kuniev. How many times has this fight gotten fucking rescheduled? Curtis doesn't want any part of Rizvan, and I think he's kind of heat checking. He's icing him. He's icing Rizvan. Now, Rizvan, I think this is more of I think I remember these odds being Rizvan minus 260. Let's see if he is still minus 260. I think he should be. Look at this. I don't remember Curtis being the favorite. I don't remember. Let's check that out. Let's do some research. Drywall research. Drywall does their sleuthing. Blade's illness, and then it was rescheduled in Seattle. So it's been Blade's. Oh no, he is the favorite. He has been the favorite. Moderate favorite. Get the fuck out of here. I remembered that wrong. Oh, I'm all over Rizvan, by the way. This is going to be our dog barking off the collar. This is going to be our dog barking off the collar by the fucking way. Nardiev, I don't want to like bite the hand of Iron Turtle like that. Like Iron Turtle has given me so many great moments, so many great fights. But you can do Naimov if you don't want to believe in oral bite, which if you don't, then you have no business even being here. But these seem to be our three best bets by so far. I'm going to go Kuniev. I actually think Kuniev KOs him. I think Rizvan Kuniev KOs Curtis Blades. I think he KOs him in the first, actually. I don't know why. I think this guy's so nasty. And all I have really is a little bit of tape because it's hard to find these guys when they're out at the UFC. And then the Contender Series, which he is just a dog. He just looks like a fucking bear, just hunting. He's so quick. He's got good wrestling. Like he's got good submissions. He's kind of like by land or by sea. He'll take it wherever. So I like Rizvan. Man, it's wild. I completely bungled those odds. I remembered them wrong. But Curtis Blades really, I think Curtis has been running from this cat. Curtis doesn't want any part of him because it's like, yeah, you come from the Contender Series and now you're fighting the number 5 heavyweight. We obviously know a little something about Kuniev. We know what he's about. Like, we know what the caliber fighter is that we're dealing with here. So yeah, Kuniev knocks him out. I said what I said. Wow, some people are really going to get, I think Miktabek, if he wins, do we just let him back into the family? And then Oban, also Naimov. I mean, we're just getting big. We're getting a little big. The locker room is getting a little big. So we have to be selective here. But the thumbnail is going to be a lot of our beloveds. Let's move on, though. Bangers! Rafael Fiziev taking on Ignacio Bahamondes. La Jaula. Let's start off with La Jaula, man. Does Manuel Torres bad? Is just... But also, I wanted to start off with this. That's what I really wanted to start off with. He's a victim of Trey Ogdemedov. He's beaten Trey Ogdemedov. Like this guy is just everything you want to see. And really, like, yeah, he has done 3 guys bad dirty in a row. I was trying to remember if it was Giagos or not. Yeah, he sent Giagos out of the UFC with that head kick. And yes, he's beaten Trey Ogden. Which, man, look at that. That's a crazy resume. Ludovic Klein did get heat checked. I wonder if they match him up with Gamrot once he wins against Fiziev, which I'm saying it now. La Jaula wins against Fiziev. I don't think he KOs him because if Justin wasn't able to. Fiziev can build, can be a very scary prospect here. What a card. But Bahamondes, man, he's very sharp. He also threw Jalen Turner into retirement. Like, he has crazy aura, actually. Nothing to take away from Fiziev. Obviously, we saw against Justin, he stood in there, was able to take the shots, give some back. He's just not a 155. He's not a lightweight. He should be at 145, and Bahamondes damn near should be at 170. So I think that this is a very tough fight for him. He obviously struggled with Gaethje putting a little bit of range on him and footwork. Like, imagine what Bahamondes is going to do. Maybe Bahamondes does put him out. If he does, I think we start fast-tracking Bahamondes. Why not? Yeah. I don't know if Gamrot is what makes, moves the needle there, but yeah, who do we give him? Yeah, maybe you give him like a Moicano. or I'm trying to think. Yeah, maybe or you really figure out who's who and you give them against Saint Denis. And then Saint Denis just been on a hell of a schedule. But yeah, I like Bahamondes. I don't know if he finishes him. Let's move on. Jamal Hill taking on Khalil Rountree. Custom shorts Rountree. A lot of interviews Rountree. Getting sort of this. He's going to be the next Anthony Smith. Like a guy who just like gets like this sweetheart treatment. And it's like, why is this going on? But that's what industry plants do. That's how it happens. And then Jamal Hill. Man, Jamal Hill's career has been really, really derailed. And to the point that it's like, we don't even remember what this guy was about. Like, this dude has crazy boxing. He has a very nice teep kick. Just been very unlucky with the injuries. Also, just once he was fast tracked. Like, yeah, he went up the rankings very quickly at light heavyweight. And I don't know if he has it. I think that the body can break down on people. He's like 31, though. 34. Your body can break down on you pretty quickly. Is it a shoulder injury that he had and an Achilles? It was either that or another leg injury, but he's had two very significant injuries that at this level, if they happen to you when you're at such a high level and you're not wanting to take easier fights, which I don't think he ever was, he definitely it's not his nature really. It's hard. It's hard. And these training camps and all this just wear and tear. Meanwhile, Khalil Rountree, he's had tough injuries as well, though. I think that he's been able to have more consistency with his training in the last 2 years. Did get beaten down also by Alex, but that's whatever. I think that Rountree does. I think we'll be surprised and it goes to decision. Like that, I feel like it's one of those fights. And Jamal Hill does well, and maybe it is a banger, like just a proper street alley fight. But I could see Jamal getting put out again. I just don't know if his chin's also there. And Rountree's a bad dude, and Rountree has explosiveness. Is now has probably trained for 5 rounds, so he's kind of used to it. Let's see what the odds are. I think Rountree's probably minus 250. And it shouldn't be. If you believe in Jamal Hill, he could find Rountree and put him out, but tough. It's a pick'em. That's wild. Okay, yeah, then it's true. Yeah, exactly. It is closer than people think than it should be. I think that there's just been a lot of talk against Jamal. Maybe deserved. But yeah, Rountree's the pick. There you have it. That's the show. Let's finish off rounding out these best bets with your ass shaker money maker. Is going to be Melissa Mullins to win by submission. I think she finds her with a nice rear naked choke. Flattens her out. Your dog barking off the collar is going to be Rizvan Kuniev at plus 195. Got to believe in that polar bear, that Russian polar bear. I think Curtis been hiding. And then your greater value, better choice. If you're not fully there for Miktibek oral buy is Muhammad Naimov, but the official greater value, better choice is going to be Miktibek oral buy at minus 155 money line. Let's review them again. Melissa Mullins submission plus 400. Rizvan Kuniev money line plus 195 and Miktibek oral buy minus 155. Drywallers, shot callers, and everyone in between. As always, don't you ever forget, the big train never stops.